trying to get you guys to get to the answer. I'll help and I won't let you fail like where you just flounder, but I do want you to try. So we're gonna go through these one by one, and I'm gonna point out what I want you to think when you see this type of question or when you see a situation like this. So we're gonna start off with number one, accelerate the bowling ball from rest. So what do you guys think? What would we have to do if we had the bowling ball sitting hopefully at rest? What would I have to do to the bowling ball to get it to accelerate?
A long push.
Okay, give it a push. Now, we have to be specific about the acceleration. I'm gonna say accelerate towards door 32. Now, what would you say? What do I have to do?
Push towards the right.
Okay, I have to push towards that direction. I have to give it a push towards door 32, and as I push, it accelerates. Notice it's not accelerating anymore. Well, the floor is uneven, but I'm not touching it, it's just moving. But I only accelerated it while I pushed it. So you need to push to get an acceleration. There has to be a force to get an acceleration. How about to stop a moving bowling ball? What would you say?
You can apply any counterforce to it. Like
Okay.
Put the broom in front of the direction it's moving into.
So if the ball was currently moving towards door 32, I would need to put a force that opposes its motion to get an acceleration that opposes the velocity, and then it would slow down. If I did it long enough, it could come to a stop. I agree. So an acceleration is either speeding up or slowing down, and either one of those needs a push. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what if it's already moving? There's lots of examples I'm gonna give you where the ball is already moving. And then the question is, what do I have to do to keep it moving? What am I doing currently?
Pushing it.
Was I pushing on it to keep
No.
it moving? No. Once the ball is moving, if I push on it, what would it do?
Accelerate.
It would accelerate. It's not gonna move at a constant speed if I push on it. I'm gonna change its motion if I push on it. So what do I have to do to keep it going at a constant velocity? I have to leave it alone. I don't do anything. If I do something, it won't be a constant velocity. It'll be slowing down or speeding up or turning. Pushes cause accelerations. Accelerations are changes of motion. If you want it to go in a straight line at constant speed, you don't want a force. Does that make sense? Okay. We're gonna get more specific now. Let's say I wanna move the bowling ball as fast as possible from one line, one position, to another and then back again, and do it as quickly as possible and not overshoot. Now, when you're doing this with brooms, obviously I can apply various pressures or pushes with the broom, and I could use a hard part of the broom or a soft part. I'm gonna try to keep it on the softest part of the broom, so it minimizes my force. I'm kind of hobbling myself. Now, to speed up, I'm gonna push in the direction I want it to accelerate. To get to the other far cone as fast as possible without overshooting, when would I wanna stop pushing and maybe do something else?
Before the end of.
Yep, I definitely have to do it before the end, because if I keep pushing all the way to the end, I will way overshoot. I'll be accelerating the whole way there. What if I tried to apply the same force to speed up and then to slow down? What do you think that would look like? How would I have to apply those forces to make that happen? When would I want to apply a slowing down force? Yeah,
When you reach that point.
yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. I want to accelerate and get as fast as possible, but then I have to slow down, which means putting a force in the opposite direction of motion So it's gonna look something like this, assuming it's a constant force. I'm gonna have to reverse the force and start pushing in the other direction so that I slow down and come to a stop by the time I get to the cone. Assuming I don't have a variable force. I can't change the size of the force for the beginning versus the end. It's the same force on both sides. Assuming that, I'm gonna have to use half the trip to get up to speed and then half the trip to lose that speed so that I come to a stop at the very end. Now, this turns out to be the fastest way to travel in space. If you're gonna go to another star system, you're gonna want to accelerate half the way to go half the trip, speeding up the whole way. And then at the halfway point, turn around and start to slow down for the rest of the way so that you come to a stop when you finally arrive at the other star. That will be the fastest way to get to another star. We have a problem with fuel. We have no way of carrying that much fuel to be able to run our engines continuously for decades. We just don't have the fuel. So right now for space flight, we give it a really big push at the beginning and then see you later. It just coasts the rest of the way. That's how we get from one place to another currently. We just give it a big push at the very beginning because we run out of fuel and then it's just coasting from there. Does anybody have any questions about this particular one? Okay, so move and then make a sharp left turn. So I'm gonna do a sharp left towards my room. I'm gonna do it at about that cone there. And the ball is already moving. Now at some point I'm gonna ask somebody to take the place of me getting the ball moving so that I can be at the place I wanted to take the turn. But it's gonna be moving like this to begin with. What do I have to do to push to get it to take a hard left? Does somebody want to give a suggestion? Yeah,
Push it from your right to,
to that side,
Yep.
to the left. Okay, let's do that. Oh my gosh, it's hiding. It's sprayed. Now, I'm gonna ask somebody to help me. I need somebody to give this a moderately, like, this is a good speed. Nothing faster than that. Thank you very much. Now, maybe aim at the cone, see if you can get it to move towards the cone. Now, I'm gonna give it a push that is totally perpendicular. Now, why would I think of pushing perpendicular to the motion? What would a push that's in the direction of motion do?
make it go, accelerate.
It would make you go faster, accelerate. What would a push opposite the direction of motion do?
Slow it down.
Make it slow down. So if I push perpendicular sideways, I won't speed it up or slow it down. I'm not pushing with or against, it's perpendicular. So let's try. Now I'm gonna push only perpendicular. What happened to the motion? Kind of. I agree, it was a curve right here, but after I was done pushing,
Went diagonal.
it was in a diagonal, it was going in a straight line in a new direction.
If we push it.
So what did my push accomplish? I gave it an acceleration in that direction without affecting its velocity in that direction. I gave it two velocities, or I gave it a new velocity in addition to its previous velocity. I need you to start thinking in 2 dimensions now. We're gonna have an X direction, let's say down the hallway, X, and then Y goes perpendicular to X. So if it has a velocity in the X direction and I push in the Y direction, I'm gonna give it an acceleration in the Y. So now it'll have both X and Y velocities. So we're gonna do a lot of that this unit with 2 dimensions, okay? Now let's change what I did so that not only do I give it a velocity in the y, but I get rid of its velocity in the x. What would my push have to look like so that I add a y velocity and get rid of the x velocity? If I wanted to get rid of the x velocity, which way would I push? Yep, I would push this way to get rid of its x velocity. If I want to give it a y velocity, I would push this way. I would give it an acceleration in the y direction. Now I want to do both at the same time. Which way? Yes. I need to do this and this at the same time. What does that look like? It looks like this. It has an X and a Y push at the same time. Does that make sense? So let's try it. Let's see if I can pull it off. Got practice, warm up. Not bad.